We will continue to add parts to this Stirling engine, and in this video we will create a working piston that will fit inside this cylinder, and inside the piston we will create a crankshaft joint or a bracket. So I will select this cylinder, then I will right click to select hide unselected, so it will be easier to work or to create the piston. But first I will increase the smoothness of the cylinder, so I will right click the cylinder and I come here to the part properties, then go to rendering, increase the smoothness to 50. Like so, and click OK. Well, to create the working piston I will use a cylinder, so I right drag a cylinder and I will snap to this edge. I hold the shift key and let go the right mouse button. I'll use drop as part. I click OK here, and we got this dialog. It says that the new part assembly dropped on the pattern or linked feature. Do you want to duplicate the pattern? Well, no, I don't want that, because if I click yes, I will have a copy of that one on every linked feature, every linked cooling fin. So I click no, and I will continue with this piston, change the size of it. So I will grab that handle, I will snap to this edge, so I hold the shift key, and if it's not working with the snap function, you have to move the cursor a bit, and then you will activate it like so, and you go back and snap to that edge. And it will be 29 millimeters, and that's okay because the hole in the cylinder is 29 millimeters. Well, then the height will be 22 millimeters. And then when we have this piston selected in IntelliShape level, I will right click and I will choose flip extrude direction, and it is in place in the right direction. We also have to make a shell of this piston, because inside this piston we have to create a crankshaft joint. So we will use shell part command, and we use the inside shelling type. And open faces, well, this face will be open so that we can see inside. And we will also have another thickness of the bottom, because the shell thickness will be 2 millimeters. So if you type 2 millimeters here, and we have another thickness at the bottom, so I will click this box, individual face thickness, and that will be 5 millimeters. So I click the bottom and we see that now we have a thickness of 5 millimeters here. So I click the preview button also to see what it will look like eventually when I click OK. So I click this button and we got our working piston. Inside we will create a crankshaft joint, so I will use a cylinder to do that. So I right drag a cylinder, drop it here in the center, drop as part, and I click OK here also. And we change the diameter, change that to 10 millimeters, and the height will be 15. And then we have to remove some materials. We need a flat surface to attach the crankshaft. And to know which side we have to remove material, I will do like this. I will right click the background, show all, then I know here I have to remove material. And to remove material I will use H-block. I will zoom in a bit so it will be easier to work with it. H-block, drag and drop it here somewhere between the center point and this edge. So I think I will drop it here. And I will remove material right through in this direction. So I hold the shift key to snap to this edge. Do the same on this one, like so. And also on this side, snap to that edge. And the depth will be 10.5 millimeters. And then I come to this side, because I will use that face as a reference point. So I right click on this handle I use 2 point and it will be that face, like so. I deselect, and then I will select this crankshaft joint, so I right click, and I will come up here to, I will move the camera a bit so we can see. Select the crankshaft joint, right click, and I will choose hide unselected, so it will be easier to work with this guy. We will insert a hole here, so I go to my Iron Pro XT catalog, and I will drag a hole and drop it here in the center, and I will use M4, and it will go right through, and I think it's okay so far. I click OK, but we have to move it a little bit because we have to place it in the right location. It will be placed 10.5 millimeters from the bottom, so I will select that axis, and I will drag this handle, grab the handle and drag, and we see that when we come to the bottom it will snap to this edge. So I will let go there, and then I will grab this handle, drag upward a bit, and then I will type 10.5 millimeters and hit enter. Turn off the tribal, and we got it in the right place. Then we will blend this edge, so I click blend edges, and I will select that edge, and it will be radius 5 millimeters. So if you type 5, and then we can click OK, and we got our crankshaft joint. Then I will right click in the background to show all, like so. Then I go back to my view and also fit scene, and I will save this scene. So I click save, and we will continue in the next video.